Welcome back to Rising Phoenix Oracle. I'm C the Oracle. Thank you for tuning in for another celebrity reading. So today we're going to focus on the Diddy situation. It's so many different angles that we can go in with this particular situation. However, we're just going to go with the flow and pick up where we go. It rhymes. But anyways, let's start with Young Miami. So yesterday I saw on social media that they were saying that Miami had finally unfollowed Diddy. So when all of this first came out, before the I think it was after the lawsuit that Cassie had filed that had came out, right? And it was just pages and pages of documentation just detailing the abuse that she experienced at the hands of Diddy, allegedly, right? And then Young Miami was kind of quiet for a bit, and people was like, wait, yeah, Miami. Then she finally resurfaced. Then she had a video, I think, on Diddy's story or her story where she was at the hotel with him, and they basically saying they still hanging tight or whatever. She still supporting him. At first she was quiet. Then she kind of came out like, I still support him. Now, yesterday, it looks like she doesn't follow him anymore. So it looks like it's starting to heat up. So what's going on with Miami right now in regards to Diddy? How's she feeling right now? Is she starting to feel the heat? She finally gonna go quiet and distance herself from this situation and unfollow Diddy? Is it strategic? Is she trying to save face, save money? Because you know this can trickle down to everybody that's connected to him. And if he begin to lose money, it could affect other people who stand up on his behalf and stand up for him. So what's going on with Young Miami at this point? Let's kind of read into that energy. Let's do one more shuffle. What's going on with Young Miami, a.k.a. Miss 𝐃𝐨𝐧𝐚𝐭𝐞? Please. All right. Oh, snap, y'all. First card that came out. Moving on. I'm moving on. Y'all remember that Maya song? Oh, oh. That's what Young Miami is saying. Spiritual strength. Okay, sis, you trying to garner your strength? Are you getting some spiritual support at this point? Are you trying to, child, look at this. Oh yeah, she definitely trying to distance herself from this situation at this point right now. You got this moving on, spiritual strength. It's a lot of weight. This is a lot of weight now. At first she was like, okay, I can hang in there, feeling like this might go away. It might blow over, just give it some time. Oh no. And there was just another, I think another lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me. Another lawsuit was filed from a woman, I think she was a model or something, that said she was assaulted by Diddy or made to do something that she didn't want to do sexually in regards to Diddy. And back in 2003, it's a heavy weight now. She's starting to re-examine this now. You got conflict and defeat. Child, it's going to trickle over into you. And people going to start examining you and figuring out what's going on. This is firm foundation. It came out in reverse. So things are getting shaken up. She might experience, if she hasn't already, issues with money flow. She was connected to Diddy. I think he was connected to her 𝐃𝐨𝐴 Please. That was on Revolt. I think he was heavily invested in different things that she had. So she might be experiencing money issues or money flow issues. So things are being shaken up on her end in regards to being connected to Diddy. So you have rest and rejuvenate. This also came out in the reverse. Things are getting shaken up on her end. It feels like her feet is to the fire. You got the Triumph card that also came out in reverse. This not looking too good for Miss 𝐃𝐨𝐴. Now she's kind of understanding the scope of what's going on, and she's trying to distance herself. She definitely is. I think she was trying to hold on for as long as she can. Like I said, you know, we all have a short attention span at this point. Social media and how people are, you might cancel people one day and then the next day they do something good, they look good, they drop some hot music or whatever, and, you know, people tend to have amnesia and they forget about what really went on. However, this is not blowing over, okay? There's a lot more in store for Diddy, and she's finally looking like she wants to go ahead and distance herself from this particular situation, because it's definitely going to affect her money. And I remember at one point in time when she used to always get into it with people online, she always talk about how people broke. Sis, stop talking about people being broke, because as quick as the money you did get, you could lose it just as quick. And I think she kind of understanding what's going on now. Feels like she put all her eggs in one basket. And I think I remember at some point in time she was supposed to be doing some type of reality show or kind of like a documentary about her life, or kind of like following her life. Child, and I think that's put on hold too, because I think that may have been connected to Diddy. So yeah, she's definitely trying to distance herself. Okay. Another thing, we had Kelly Price come out, Miss Kelly Price, and people really jumped on Miss Kelly Price here, because she took it upon herself. I think she wrote like a long message or something, and then she said she forgive Diddy or support him. My thing is, I'm all about forgiveness, giving second chances for people who deserve it. But if there are some diabolical things going on, number one, who are you? You're not in this situation. Who are you to say you forgive? If you say you believe in God or the universe or whatever it is, that's up to that higher power if you believe to be able to give grace and mercy. You as a person, especially if you're not connected to the situation, why are you extending forgiveness? And this person has been given a chance multiple times to come clean. When that lawsuit came out with all of those different documents and pages of descriptions of abuse that Cassie experienced, he came out and flat out denied it and said the truth will come out. But then when the truth just came out with one of those videos of documenting what he's done to her over the years, then he want to say he was in a dark place and he's went to therapy. Like, so did you lie about that? Did it not happen, or did it happen? And so that's diabolical. And for you to sit up here and say, Miss Kelly Price, oh, I forgive him. Like, this is a whole nother topic about people and religion and extending this forgiveness, and we got to forgive. Sometimes people are diabolical, and you need to keep them where they are. You need to punish them accordingly. You need to let them atone for their sins and figure out what they need to do to be forgiven or whatever it is. It's not up to you. So you lending your support to an abuser who's a narcissist and continues to do such and was doing it for many years to many different women, and you support that? That says a lot about you. What's going on with Miss Kelly Price? I don't even want to pull no cards because I didn't say it a mouthful. But we're going to pull some cards anyway, Miss Kelly Price, see what's going on. Why would she come out and say something like that? And I don't care if y'all agree or disagree. Those are my opinions, and we all have opinions. What's going on, Miss Kelly Price? Something not adding up. What's up, Miss Kelly Price? Why something's not adding up? Think about it, Miss Kelly Price. What are you saying? What are you talking about? I know it's a lot of people around her that was like, what? Girl, what? Girl, what? This came out in the reverse, but this was mind your business. Sis, this is something that you did not do. People are saying that you probably should have minded your business on this particular situation. If you seriously wanted to pray for him, you pray for him if you want to. You can't stop nobody from praying. But this is something, it wasn't needed for you to lend your support to him out in a public. Like, this is not the time, sis. It's not. Rejuvenation in the reverse. Pause. Wait a minute. Girl, like, what are you doing? What is this? Last card. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. This had nothing to do with you. Stuff is not adding up. Or I'm not going to say that. But, you know, all these people go way back in the industry. And I know there have been connections here and there. So maybe she has some type of connection with him back then. Maybe he's produced something, or she's connected with him. She knows him from the industry. Whatever it is. They all know each other back in the days. Close circle. Especially Black Hollywood and, you know, music and different things like that. So maybe she felt like my experience with him was not that. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You understand that. But that does not mean you should negate other people's experience, especially if it's very horrible and diabolical. Period. So in this case, she should have just kept that to herself and minded her business, basically. And I think that's what a lot of people around her, if they didn't tell her that, because you know you can't tell Kelly Price nothing. If y'all remember the reality show that she was on. But I know a lot of people were thinking that, like, girl, you just should have minded your business, okay? Now, last but not least, we have Mr. T.D. Jakes. I think he had a sermon. What was this past Sunday? And it seems like he tried to address it because we do know Kelly. I'm still thinking about Kelly Price. T.D. Jakes and Diddy were close. Might have been his spiritual advisor. There's many pictures of them together. They've hung for many years. Diddy looked for him for spiritual advice. There's a lot I could say. But now he wants to speak up and distance himself. Now, when that paperwork came out, he still really didn't, but now he's thinking about his daughters and who are grown women. And I just feel like he's trying to distance himself from this situation as well. Everyone is. Now, at first, like I said, everybody thought that this was just going to kind of blow over and go away. Now you see people just kind of like really distancing themselves because they know the other shoe is about to drop. It's going to be multiple shoes dropping. Multiple pairs of shoes. They like, I'm not finna get entangled in that. You ain't finna ruin me. Now everybody's running and scattering like roaches. What's going on with T.D. Jakes? Wisdom. Triumph and success. He said, you're not finna get me caught up in this. You're not finna mess me up. I see the signs. It's time for me to dip. I see you on a decline. We thought it was gonna be on the up and up, just like I just said. I just said that. A lot of people thought it was gonna blow over. No sir, no ma'am. Look at this. Financial and material changes. What I just said, you're not finna mess up my success. You're not finna mess up my money. You're not finna mess up my dealings. My church is not finna be divided because it is. Nope. I am not connected to this. And this can be twofold. This could be in regards to Diddy and T.D. Jakes experiencing this because like I said, they were connected for a while. So it's like he sees that Diddy might experience more financial issues and maybe he don't want to help out in that fact. Sometimes when people need money, people start turning and running because they don't want to be asked for money. They don't want anybody to ask them for money or for help or for, financial help or whatever. And then also, like I said, T.D. Jakes don't want to be connected to that. He don't want no lawsuits on him. He's like, yeah, we're going to handle this in love. Like Diddy had his name changed to Love or his middle name Love or whatever he did, calling himself Love. He was like, I'm going to be stern about this. I'm going to handle this in love. I think he did say, like, we need to pray for basically the victim and the perpetrator or some stuff like that. But, yeah, he's definitely distancing himself from this situation. So what I get from all of these spreads when we talked about Young Miami, Kelly Price, and T.D. Jakes, this confirms the fact that everybody is distancing themselves. They like, no. And they get the information before we do a lot of times. Sometimes they get caught off guard, but a lot of times they get the information before we do. So if that behind the scenes, they know that some other shoes about to drop. There's some rumblings. They know what's going on behind the scenes. They kind of get a heads up. They distancing themselves. Especially if they have, PR managers, lawyers, different things like that. Hey, you might want to distance yourself from this. You know what I mean? So it's not looking too good for Diddy at this point right now. It looks like whatever's going on behind the scenes with Homeland Security and authorities and different things like that. Remember, they raided his house and got a lot of things and videos and stuff like that. There's a lot more to come. And like I said, people really do not want to be caught in the middle of this. So they are distancing themselves. And we just going to continue to watch to see what's going on. And when more information hits the fan, we gonna dive deeper and see what's going on. All right. Peace.